This video will show you how to set up an authentication system within your Form.IO project. Assuming you have created a user resource and a login and registration form. Let's start with your login form. Navigate to the action page. The Save Submission action you see here is added by default to every form you create within your project. This action saves the submission record when a user submits the form. Simply delete this action for any form you do not wish to record the submission for, like our login form. Add a login action. Configure the login action appropriately. Map the resource field to the user resource you are logging in against. Map the username field to the correct field used within your login form for username input. Likewise for the password field. You're all set. Now to set up authentication for a registration form. Navigate to the action page on your registration. This time, instead of deleting the Save Submission action, we need to configure it to save registration submissions to the correct resource. Set the Save Submission To field to the resource object the registration form will be saving to. For this example, we're saving the registration information to the user resource object. The new fields that populate are the fields found within the resource the registration form is saving to. Map the user resource email field to the registration email field. Map the user resource password field to the registration password field. Now that our mapping is complete, our registration form will now create a record within our user resource upon submission based on the field mappings we configured. If we fill out the registration form and look in the data section for our resource, we can see a new record was created. Next, we need to add a role assignment action that allows our users to receive a role once they register. Navigate to the resource section and click Action on the user resource. Add role assignment from the action list. The resource association field tells the action to give the role to an existing or a new user. Since the users receiving this role will be new to the database, select New Resource. For action type, we can either add or remove a given role to a user. In this case, select Add Role. Now we need to choose what kind of role we will give the new user once they register. Click the Role field and select Authenticated from the list of existing roles within our project. This will give the user the authenticated role once a new record is created, gaining them access to other forms we allow through the permission system. The role will be tied to the user resource submission object and distributed when the user logs in. You've just created a complicated authentication system in just a couple of easy steps. Users that log in will receive a JSON web token based on the role we've assigned in our action. For more on authentication and other Form.IO features, visit our user guide or feel free to contact our support team with any questions. Thanks for choosing Form.IO.